Today we are reviewing my brother's 2005 Honda CRV. He's owned this for what, about 2 years or so?
Probably about 3 years now.
3 years, yeah. And it's been a very, very great daily driver. This thing is pretty unique in the sense that it is a manual transmission, which is pretty rare. And honestly, as a daily driver, it has done awesome. It has an insane amount of room in the back. We can go ahead and like pop the seats down. We can see how it is.
Yeah.
It's got a cool sort of sideways opening door.
Yep. The window can open too, so you can fit like 20 feet boards out of it. Like it's arguably like, to be honest, I mean, I had a friend that has built his house using a CRV, and it's like, it's a lot better for things than trucks sometimes, because you can't do that in a truck, right? It's gonna stick out like a million times. But yeah, you got the one touch for seats, and then it's 4 bolts per. But you can actually one button, and then just do that.
Oh yeah.
And that on the we didn't clean this car before doing this, but that's more representative of its perpetual state of dirtiness. But yeah, I mean, you can fit just a massive amount of just stuff. It's just meant to just haul stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's what it does. Another cool thing, too, about CRVs that, like, no one really knows.
Oh, the table.
It's wet. This is a table. They all come with a
literally
table.
folds out to a table. I'll put a picture of it.
Yeah. Every single one has a fucking picnic table. Like, it has a four-leg table.
Yeah.
It's really cool. In this position, taking these seats out are incredibly easy. If you need the extra, like, foot or so.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean,
yeah, definitely incredibly practical, and it's pretty fun to drive. It's kind of like a little minivan that has a manual. You kind of get to rip it around. The interior is excellent. It's sort of a bubble, so lots of visibility. You sit pretty high up, and you definitely feel it. The shifter is very down low. You'll see when I'm driving it. But in terms of the interior, I don't know. You got stuff. You got AC that works pretty well.
Yeah.
We have a Bluetooth module. I actually have the exact same one on my 8th Gen Civic Si. It works flawlessly. We have a 160 horsepower K24. It's a different version from the Civic Si's. It's more of an economy-based engine, but parts are all over the place. These things last hundreds of thousands of miles.
literally forever, yeah.
No issue at all. Like, they're just very, very well-built engines.
Yep.
And you got this
Pretty low
for,
mileage.
what was it, about 10,000 or so?
This was like peak COVID time, but it was $9,600.
Yeah, gotcha. And these manual transmissions, they're very, very difficult to find for CRVs. So if you find one near you and it's a good price, honestly, it might actually appreciate a little bit.
Yeah, I'll make money on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Or at very least, be even.
All right, so let's take it for a quick drive and we'll get some thoughts on how it feels and just have some fun with it. All right, so let's take it for a drive. You have the, there it goes. Oh,
It's AC.
okay.
It's fine.
You have the typical Honda chimes, and yeah, I don't know. It's a good little interior, honestly. You have, again, insane visibility. This thing
It's a bubble.
is a bubble. It's a genuine bubble.
Yeah.
You have an awesome parking brake that is sort of like vertical into the dash. Pretty cool. You have an insane amount of storage just like all over the place.
Yeah.
Just a lot of stuff. It's an incredibly practical car.
This flips down.
Yeah, that flips down. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah. But it's pretty sweet. Yeah, got a sunroof.
Yeah.
It's a good little time. Manual transmission. Pretty easy to drive, all things considered. Clutch is nice and easy. The shifter is a little bit more notchy than my 8th Gen Civic Si. They feel a little different in that sense. Steering, very, very light. Obviously, it's a pretty slow rack. This is not a sports car ratio. Takes a lot of turns to get where you need to go. And is it fast?
Well, make sure you turn traction control off.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, you're right. All right, now we're flying.
It didn't do it.
Oh, didn't? Oh, you gotta. Oh, there it goes. Yeah. All right. But yeah, that's not what this is meant for. It's meant to be a practical car, and honestly, with a manual, it is kind of fun. Like, it's just a unique sort of sitting position. You're up
Yeah.
high. I'd almost like, I imagine like a K car, like one of those trucks would probably feel kind of similar because you're super up high. You feel like there's not a lot of hood. Like the visibility of the hood is like,
really, exactly.
yeah, you can't really see it.
Yep.
And the shifter is down very, very low, which takes some getting used to. I
Yeah.
won't lie. But I don't know. It's a pretty easy car to drive, definitely.
I mean, the fun factor too is like just to keep up with the normal flow of traffic. You're going like Watt and like like no lift shifting just to keep up with the ramps in our minivan. But that being said, though, this engine is very well paired to this car. It actually it actually has a pretty decent amount of torque. Like it has torque everywhere. Like because it doesn't rev as much. This version of the K24, it has all the torque all everywhere basically.
Yeah.
So it actually is pretty decent. Like I've never wanted for more like pepper in it at that. Like it does just fine for what it is.
Yeah. All right. Let's see how she handles
To actually like send it into this, it just understeers like.
And this is why.
Yep.
We're keeping up with the truck.
I mean, I'll tell you, like people merge so slow that it fucking just does just fine. Like,
I love it. It's so fun. And it's good in the winter too. I mean, this
great in
has
winter.
an awesome all drive system. You've actually done a diff mod to kind of improve the rearward power. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. Well, so the two mods I've done, you can directly swap a lot of the parts from the Honda Element in. And so I did a larger rear sway bar from the Honda Element, just direct bolt-on, $100. Awesome upgrade rate for a little bit more rotation. And I did it's just a diff mod where basically you have to modify the clutch pack housing, and you basically put some shims in, and then some of the clutch actual material has to be just the direct replacements. And that brings it closer to, you can get to the 50%, and then it's about 10% all the time. So, but the ramp up time's quicker.
Okay.
So it basically is like seamless. Like it feels more rear-wheel drive. And that was a pretty quick mod, but it is. I mean, you have to drop the rear diff and do a lot of stuff that people are not usually very comfortable with, like drilling into this clutch pack. So yeah, and there's like 50 of them. So it's a cool cheap mod, and it gets it much more sideways in the winter. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. As far as how it is on the highway, it's all right. I mean, honestly, it's a really big car, and the suspension's very soft, so it's pretty nice on bumps. You definitely feel it moving around a little bit. I think, I don't know, the steering's a little bit like not super direct, but
It's a suggestion.
yeah, it's kind of, educated guess.
Yeah.
But honestly, it's no problem on the highway at all. It's pretty comfortable. These seats are, even though they don't have a lot of bolstering for this car, it's like exactly what you want.
Yeah.
I actually really love the cloth seats in this. I personally prefer cloth seats in general. I don't really love leather, honestly. It gets incredibly hot,
Yeah.
but these are nice.
And cold.
And
It kind of
cold,
gets both
yeah,
those
yeah.
things. Yeah, for a car without heated seats, you'd really prefer, this. One comment on ownership too. It's an interesting car. Most cars get better miles per gallon on the highway. That's damn near every car does that. This is not actually. Like you'll get about, I would say I get about 27 in the city and about also 27 on the highway. Oddly enough, just because it's geared really short.
Yeah.
So you get about the same. It's more, this car is a city car. That's what it was meant to be. It can do highway stuff, but is not optimal.
Yeah. It's interesting. Just chuck it into a corner.
That's right.
Oh yeah. We're like falling off.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Falling
saying.
off
Like,
the seats.
You just it just was never meant to like even. If you said the word sporty at the Honda factory, they would shoot you. Like, it was never supposed to be that. But that being said, people offer these things to shit. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Turn that AC
Oh
off.
yeah. We need that extra.
We need the power.
I mean, it's going. We're getting there.
So you're thinking of actually selling this car?
Yeah. I think. Well, I don't want to give up the surprise for the channel, but I'm gonna make some changes to our fleet. Right now, we currently have the CRV. I have this fucking rat ass 911 We're doing development work on it. I have the Cayman and the Elantra. Yeah, don't want to make any surprises, but I'm selling this. I will sell one more of those vehicles. I'm not going to say which one. To make some changes for next year for sure. So.
Yeah.
But this has been a great car. It's been really good for what it is.
Yeah.
The Bluetooth, again, we added Bluetooth. People can actually hear you on the phone. It's better than some fucking modern cars.
Yeah.
No, it's been great for what it is, and I'll break even off this. So.
Yeah. It's definitely cool. And if you guys are interested, if the timing lines up, I'll put the link down below if you're interested in taking a look once it's for sale. I don't know if it will line up or not, but just check the description if you're interested.
Yeah. One interesting thing is every girl that I've had in it really likes it because they put all their shit here, right? We'll be going home to go out to dinner or something like that, and obviously the people they're fucking half doing their makeup here. Every girl I've been in actually loves this thing for some odd reason.
I mean, it's pretty comfortable and
it's comfy, yeah.
I feel honestly having a bubble car really helps if you get car sick. That's one thing that I've noticed because I get car sick very, very easily. When you can't see a lot out of the windows, I feel like it affects me more. This is just a bubble. It's nice, airy. It's open.
Yep.
That's one thing that's just very nice about these older cars.
Definitely.
They typically have a lot better visibility because, well, this pillar isn't doing a crazy amount for crash restrictions, but
and you can't rely on cameras either. I mean that wasn't a thing. Now you can rely on cameras. Again, we've been driving around the Cybertruck, and that literally does not have a rear view if the tonneau cover's up, and you can get past that with cameras. Do some heel-toe downshifting.
Kinda.
It's possible to do, and I'll be sitting in traffic. Again, you can just make it because it's manual. It makes an appliance fun because you can't just be sitting there in traffic, fucking trying to heel-toe this piece of shit on the way down that. It adds another factor to driving an appliance that wouldn't be there otherwise. Honestly, I think this car is much better with a manual.
It's definitely more of an experience. I feel like every time you hop in it, it's a little bit new each day, whereas, I don't know, every other SUV, the drive isn't really a thing. You get to your destination, that's about it.
Yeah. And in the winter, you can clutch kick and stuff like that. There's genuine advantages, and I mean, keep in mind for this era of car, we got to keep in mind that they were not good at automatics. It ain't 8 speeds. They were a 4-speed, heavy drag torque converter, and you get less miles per gallon in that, significantly less.
Yeah. Significantly
slower. I think it adds 2 seconds to 0 to 60. Just choosing the auto for this car. And I mean, 2 seconds is everything. But in this car, 2 seconds is the difference between literally getting ran over by another vehicle and making it. So it matters.
All right, guys. That's going to do it for today's video. I just wanted to have some fun with this car before you sell it. I personally think, if you want just a fun, super unbelievably practical daily, and you don't, drive on the highway a crazy amount, I think if you can get this in manual, it's a really, really fun option.
Yeah, it's been a blast. And one thing I will say closing out too, you don't notice it until you have this car. The amount of second-gen CRVs I see on the road is incredible. Yeah. I truly believe that they've never actually died. They never die. It will run forever, given just even a basic amount of maintenance. I don't even know if this one has oil right now. I have no idea. They just run forever until you start to see a lot of them after you're paying attention to them, right? So yeah, good car. Good car.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you guys have any questions, just throw them in the comments below. See ya.